Welcome to today's vlog. So in this vlog, I am just painting some models from the Gene Sealer Colts. They're the Adeline Jackals. So I built this set kind of in a previous vlog at the beginning of October. You're gonna notice in the next couple of vlogs that I pretty much skipped a week of filming. I ended up working 2 whole weeks straight, and when I worked that much, I just stopped filming apparently because life got really hard. Life became a lot of, back to back, and then my pain went up. And so today is, I'm recording this October 13th. So this video will go up very shortly after I am done recording the voiceover. In this video, I really wanted to talk about accessibility and accommodations at markets. If you are a disabled small business and you think you cannot get into markets because you cannot do XYZ, you can always ask for an accommodation. Yes, you do have to be able to be at your booth for a certain amount of time. You can always have a buddy come and help. I know not everybody has a buddy. Not everybody has friends that are able to help. What I personally do is if I know the event is a super long event and I'm gonna have a lot of pain or something, either ask a partner, like my partner or my friends, and whoever can help usually comes over and at least will come for a couple hours to help me take a couple breaks when I need it. One of the main accommodations I personally ask for as a full-time wheelchair user is help unloading my car. I physically cannot pull my table out of my back seat and then carry it and set it up. It's a 6-foot table, folded up. It's 3 foot. That's almost my full height. So it's nearly impossible for me to carry that or set that up. At outdoor events, I have to set up my tent and carry the weights. Even if it's a show that the table's provided and it's indoors and everything, I still have a hard time bringing my products and my buckets in because with a wheelchair, at least for me, it's super hard to pull a wagon behind me or push it in front of me and get it to maneuver while I'm also pushing a wheelchair. So the main accommodation I have asked for every single time I've done a show, pretty much since the first one, is can I have help unloading and loading? If the organizer physically cannot do it, 9 out of 10 times they say I will get someone to help. I will either get the staff at the venue to help, or I will get my own volunteers to help you. And that is how it should be. If the organizer is saying I am not going to provide any accommodation, they are not worth it. They are not worth it trying to get into the market. They are not worth trying to get in multiple times. If they let you know they are not accommodating, they are not worth it. They may be one of the best shows out there. It is not worth it for my physical health or for anybody's physical health to put themselves in a position where they physically cannot do the show. If it ends up hurting more than it, is worth, in your opinion, then maybe look at smaller shows, more local markets like breweries. American Legions can sometimes be a good thing, things like that. This last weekend I did the St. Paul Art Crawl, and that was 3 days, 15 hours worth of showtime, and I am in the most pain. So even if you do a big show like that and you know you're going to be in pain, making sure you have that night off, making sure you have a recovery day, and listening to your body. But whatever your accommodation is, whether it's needing help unloading and loading, whether it's needing help, putting up a tablecloth on your table, whether it's pitching the tent, whether it's putting the weights on, whatever it is, even if it's needing to borrow a table because it's easier than loading it into your car every night. If it's, saying I need someone to watch my booth for like 5-10 minutes while I run to the bathroom. These things should be accommodated by the market organizer. Other things that I personally think should be accommodated are if you are a disabled vendor and you have the disability pass on your car. No organizer should be allowed to tell a disabled person they cannot park in the most accessible spot for them as a vendor. I have been told before I was not allowed to park in the accessible spot. And when that had happened, I stopped going to the shows and I emailed the manager of the places. It happened more than once at several different locations with several different organizers. There's been instances where the event is in the grass, and grass is hard as a wheelchair user. And I have had organizers try to put me underneath the tent with somebody else, and at the same time, they try to put me where there's a giant hole in the thing. That's not accessible. If your market organizer is not thinking about accessibility as the top thing, then honestly, they're not meeting everybody's needs. When we're thinking about accessible, it's not just about disability, it's also thinking about financially. Sometimes vendor fees are really, really expensive. You have to look at, why is it expensive? Is it expensive because there's good advertising? Is it expensive because, they have to pay venue fees? Why is it expensive, and is it worth it for you? Will you make that return? And if you do, how much of a return will make that worth it? So a lot of that is really just when you want to go into a market, not being afraid to say, these are the accommodations I need. These are the things I need to succeed to be able to be in this market. And all be all, if your market organizer is unable to physically do it themselves, they need to get somebody to help. You should, as a disabled vendor, never not be able to do a show because of accessibility, because it's the organizer's responsibility to make sure it's accessible.